BSU, a premier university in a global community.
Bachelor of Science in Information Technology, Library, and other learning resources. The library plays a very critical role in supporting the academic programs of the university. It identifies, evaluates, procures, processes, and then makes these learning resources available to the faculty and students for teaching, learning, and research assignments. The library started its operation in 1968 with Mrs. Esther de Guzman as the librarian. It has an initial collection of almost 2,000 volumes of books acquired out of the school funds, but most are donations from AEOP, P-Card, IRRI, Asia Foundation and UNESCO. In 1971 to 1972, Professor Christy Adriano was appointed as a teacher librarian, and she was replaced by Mrs. Concordia Tito from 1978 to 1979. In 1979, Dr. Enrique T. Cayaban was hired as librarian in time for new demands in reference materials. He was the cataloger until he transferred to private school in 1983. Professor Alicia A. Rabara took over as the Chief of Library Services. The long-awaited dream of an exclusive building for the library finally materialized in 1993. The library was transferred to the present building located adjacent to the administration building with Dr. Divina Gracia M. de Guzman, Administrative Office, as the Director of Library Services. The new library is a two-story building with a total area of 2,088 square meters. The University Library has partially completed its transformation from manually operated library to automated one. At present, its users can access the library catalog through its in-house OPIC, online public access to catalog. The modernization of our library is an ongoing process fully supported by the university administration. The library takes pride as it contributes to the fulfillment of the university's mission and its continued commitment to serve others. Vision. A library that is completely equipped with resources and new technologies that are supportive to all the different programs offered by the university that can compete nationally and internationally. Mission. To strengthen the competence and leadership of the students, members of the faculty, research, extension and training groups, by making available and accessible for their use a strong collection of resources and trained personnel to serve them and facilities and services that will encourage their full utilization. Goals. 1. To provide access to current and authoritative information resources that will support the needs of the college and promote student success. 2. To serve as a resource to NVSU clients by providing materials of quality, diversity, relevance, and balance that will promote development of critical skills and informed judgment. 3. To assist patrons with construction of search strategies that result in the effective use of library resources. 4. To function as a resource in providing access to information and materials in other libraries through participation in regional and national information networks and systems. 5. To provide a collection of materials relevant to professional development and enrichment for faculty and staff. 6. To provide qualified personnel to serve students, faculty, staff, and patrons, to develop and maintain the collections, and to evaluate services on a continuing basis. 7. To provide a clean, safe, attractive and reasonably quiet environment that will encourage study and academic scholarship. Library objectives. To develop the collection consistent with the curricular research and extension programs of the Institute. To maintain and provide access to whatever material found in the library and to circulate and manage these materials. To extend its services to others who do not have access to library services. To aid in the dissemination of publications and information material that will help in the attainment of the goals of the Institute and the national government. The Library Committee. There is a library committee which sets library policies, rules and procedures and periodically reviews them, and comprised of designated representatives of the different colleges or departments and the student council. Any notice of the meeting is distributed to the members of the library committee. Concerns and issues regarding the operations of the library will be discussed through a joint meeting attended by the councils of deans and campus coordinators. Recommendations are made and resolved for some problems that might hinder the efficiency of services of the academic library. The committee takes part in the college programs to meet the needs of students, faculty and staff in their academic and research programs, as well as providing materials for the reading needs. The committee guides and promotes the library development by recommending and securing necessary funds from appropriate sources. They also guide the library and its property by making rules and regulations for the proper use of its resources and service. The committee is an advisory body and is responsible for the provision of the library services. The library collection is intended to be a highly selective basic-level collection, but sufficient enough to support curricular offerings as determined by the size and scope and by the vision, mission, goals, and objectives of the university. Currently, the library has a core collection of at least 5,000 titles for the academic unit library, or 10,000 titles that support the instruction and research. The library has the following internet links purposely to disseminate new library information, updates of services and collection, marketing and announcing news for upcoming events to clienteles. Internet and Wi-Fi. The NVSU Management Information System Center finds this demand compelling and provided internet terminals, and made the library as a Wi-Fi zone for all students, faculty and staff. Destiny Library Manager Software. FOLIT. DOST Starbooks. The Integrated Philippine E-Library Projects, one of the first 11 e-government-funded projects, under the collaboration of 5 government member agencies, namely, NLP, UP, CHED, DOST, and DA. The Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas Knowledge Resource Network. The library opens at least 54 hours per week for the college and academic unit, or 60 hours per week for the institution. 7 a.m. to 5 p.m., Monday to Friday, and 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. during Saturdays. Other library utilization: book launching, bulletin board display, place or venue for meetings, conferences, contested activities, programs and other activities, library orientation and instruction. The library is strategically located and accessible to students, faculty and other clientele. The size of the library meets standard requirements, considering the present enrollment and future expansion. The reading room can accommodate at least 10% of the school enrollment at any given time. Space is provided for print resources as well as stations for electronic resources. Space is provided for the librarian's office, staff room and technical room. To enhance and upgrade library facilities and resources, the library has established solid linkages with institutions and other funding agencies, including acceptance of book donations from national and international institutions and agencies. The mini library. The College of Arts and Sciences, specifically the BSIT department, have their own mini library being utilized by the faculty and students. This mini library is located at CSIT building. This helps both faculty and students in their specific needs. The Thesis Title Finder. The Thesis Finder is a standalone system, created in 2015 by Mr. Vilchor G. Perdido. It is used to compile and store the approved thesis and capstone titles created by the CS and IT students of the NBSSU, to ensure that there are no redundant titles. These will serve as a guide for future researchers. Basic features include adding new title, search by title, name, year, and advisor. The system can also generate reports. The University Library and Resource Complex of NVSU Bayambang campus is one of the well-known libraries in the region. There are 7 knowledgeable librarians who work together and are assigned in the different sections of the library. Because of the standards set by Chet and Koop, the library began to meet the minimum requirements. Initial evaluation of the librarians included improvement of physical facilities, automation services, integration with other library and research units, staff development, and collection development. Computerization of library, with standard software and online public access catalog, OPAC, which is highly implemented as electronic form of library catalog, to access materials in the library.